Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Vibe with Precious. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are feeling good. I have a guest in the house,
Rabbit Bandor.
Yeah, so we're going to be reacting to 10 worst things to do in Islam. I'm really going to want to, see the things that you're not supposed to do. So let's get right into this video.
Even if you're not Muslim, you've probably heard the term haram. And the term haram refers to what is forbidden in the religion of Islam according to Islamic law. Here are 10 things that are considered haram in the religion of Islam. Welcome back to another episode of FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and people from all backgrounds and faiths watch our videos. But these things in this episode that I'm going to share with you, you're definitely going to want to avoid them if you want to be a really good Muslim, or if you're just curious to know what Islam views as haram. Be sure to watch from 10 all the way to number 1 so you don't miss any of these. Well, let's just jump right in. Starting at number 10, we have mistreating your wife. So mistreating your spouse is one of the biggest sins, and it's considered haram in Islam. Now, the Prophet Muhammad, he taught people that they need to be very friendly and kind to their wives. According to Muslim belief, Prophet Muhammad even stated that you need to try to make your spouse your best friend. In a hadith narrated by Al-Tirmidhi, it says, the Prophet said, "The best of you are those who are the best to their wives, and I am the best of you to my wives." The next thing considered haram in Islam is tattoos. Now, there's a hadith that says this: "May Allah curse the women who do tattoos and those from whom tattoos are done, those who pluck their eyebrows and those who file their teeth for the purpose of beautification and alter the creation of Allah." Specifically, that's found in Al-Bukhari Al-Libas, number 5587. Charging interest is at number 8, and the term riba refers to interest, and this is something that is completely haram in Islam, largely due to the fact that it makes poor people even poorer. So like if you owe money and you're charged interest, in the end you end up poor because you end up spending more money than you actually owed. Now, in the hadith from Abdullah ibn Hamzallah, this is what is recorded that the Prophet Muhammad had said. The Prophet said, "A dirham or riba which a man receives knowingly is worse than committing adultery 36 times. And debt payments is what kills a lot of people, because if you owe $20,000 with interest, you probably owe closer to $25,000, $30,000 in some cases. Next time I gotta pay off a car loan or something, I'm gonna tell them, listen man, you're charging interest on that? That's haram. Adultery and fornication come in at number 7. Now, there's a passage in the Quran, Surah 17 verses 32, that says this: "And do not approach unlawful sexual intercourse. Indeed, it is ever an immorality and is evil as a way." So, of course, having relations outside of your marriage, as well as having intimate relations not being married, that's haram. Drinking alcohol is another big haram thing in Islam, and it's found in the Quran, Surah 5 verses 90. There's a passage that says this: "O you who have believed, indeed intoxicants, gambling, sacrifices on stone altars to other than Allah, and divining arrows are but defilement from the work of Satan. So avoid it that you may also be successful." By the way, guys, if you're finding this episode interesting, we do have more videos like this. I have a link to a playlist below where you can find more videos similar to this on similar topics, especially that video that we did on surprising things mentioned in the Quran. Yeah, very mind-blowing. It's fascinating, very interesting episode. Link to that is down below in the video description section. I'll also have it for you in the card section of this episode. Now, moving on to number 5, slaughtering animals the wrong way. This is also haram. So if a Muslim is slaughtering an animal without saying Allah's name, it'll be considered haram. A person should say Bismillah Allahu Akbar. Also, this is what the Quran has to say in Surah 6 verses 121. "Eat not, O believers, of that meat on which Allah's name has not been pronounced at the time of slaughtering of the animal, for it is fisik, which is a sin." Most of you, even if you're not Muslim, probably knew this already. Eating pork, that is haram. Even if you use Allah's name during the slaughtering of a pig, eating pork is still going to be haram. Surah 5 verses 3 says this: "Prohibited to you are dead animals, blood, the flesh of swine, and that which has been dedicated to other than Allah, and those animals killed by strangling, or by a violent blow, or by a headlong fall, or by the goring of horns, and those from which a wild animal has eaten, except what you are able to slaughter before its death, and those which are sacrificed of stone altars. And prohibited is that you seek decision through divining arrows. That is grave disobedience. This day those who believe have despaired of defeating your religion. So fear them not, but fear me. the day I have perfected for you your religion and completed my favor upon you and have approved for you Islam as religion. But whoever is forced by severe hunger with no inclination to sin, then indeed Allah is forgiving and merciful. So yeah, very long passage that included the point that eating pork is haram in Islam. In number 3, we have suicide. In the hadith, specifically Bukhari Janaiz 84, it says, "He who commits suicide by throttling shall keep on throttling himself in the hellfire forever. And he who commits suicide by stabbing himself shall keep on stabbing himself in the hellfire." Number 2, a very big haram thing, making statues and pictures, especially when it comes to prophets of Islam. Now in the hadith narrated by Abdullah ibn Umar, this is what it says. Allah's messenger said, "Those who make these images will be punished on the day of resurrection, and it will be said to them, make alive what you have created." And finally, most Muslims would agree on this, that shirk is the biggest haram thing in the religion of Islam. Shirk refers to associating partners with Allah, and this is the most serious thing. It's said that the Prophet Muhammad said these words, "Shall I not tell you of the most serious of the major sins?" We said, "Of course, O Messenger of Allah." He said, "Associating anything in worship with Allah." Also, there's a verse in the Quran, Surah 4 verses 48, and this is what it has to say. "Indeed, Allah does not forgive association with him, but he forgives what is less than that for him who he wills. And he who associates others with Allah has certainly fabricated a tremendous sin." So in the religion of Islam, only Allah can be seen or viewed or worshipped in the position of Allah. Nobody else or nothing else can be compared. And now you know 10 things that are haram in Islam if you didn't know before. Be sure to let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and also check out the videos that I did recommend to you. You'll really enjoy those ones. My social media links are below in the video description section as well, so you can follow me and shoot me a message over there. And it's always great hanging out with you guys here on FTD Facts, sharing some information with you so that not only we can learn about each other, but we can also learn about ourselves and why we believe what we believe. That's it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next episode.
Honestly speaking, like most of these facts that I actually saw are true. Like honestly speaking, I feel most of these facts that he stated, I've actually come across them before, like mishandling their wife. I realized that Muslims take their wife seriously.
Yeah.
And then the drinking part, and which there's one other one again, the suicide, the pork, exactly. The pork, I know is a no for Muslims, like no. But the ones that decide to go against the rule, once it comes to the state of pork, like they do not accept it at all, they don't eat it. But actually, I like the fact that I actually come across the haram, so I'll be able to understand my Muslim people and Muslim society and everybody that around me that are Muslims much better in case they decide not to do some things.
Yeah.
You understand? What's your take on this video that you just watched?
Because everything they say is actually true, you know,
Yeah.
especially that maltreating of the wives and
Yeah.
committing suicide. You know, I like the fact that they say, well, anyhow you choose to kill yourself, like if you're stabbing, you continue stabbing yourself in hellfire.
Yeah, like
You know, that pork meat part as well, also true. And talking about the wife aspect, you know, especially the Hausas, they take their wife very
serious. There's this, actually, sorry for cutting, there's a very most shocking one I saw, which is statues, like and this
I
thing.
didn't really understand that part. I really
like,
need to check more on it.
It was like, if you build a statue, you're going to, if you go to heaven, God is going to tell you to make a life out of what you've built. Like, it's not good to build statues. Do you understand? Like, let's say,
said take pictures.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Like, and he also said something concerning tattoos. Like, I didn't know that the Muslims are forbidden to draw tattoos, honestly speaking. Like, this exposed me to that. Like, I didn't know, even though I have not like seen them, but I didn't know that they were being banned from making use of the tattoo stuff. So guys, really enjoyed this video. I really appreciate this guy for making us understand the Muslim society better.
Yeah.
Comes in of today's reaction. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one. Love you guys so much. Bye.